guys. Back here in the shop, tinkering a little bit on Matthew's old truck here. We're just doing some little touching up things, trying to make it a little better. He's trying to sell it. If anybody wants this thing, I think the last price I seen he had on Facebook Marketplace was $2,400. It needs a little work, but these old short beds are getting harder and harder to find, as everybody knows, and something that you can work with and build into the way you want it. So something that you might want to think about, a little short bed. It's got a little dent right back there in the back bed panel, just a slight one. Most of it's pretty straight. I mean, it's got some little dents, dings and stuff. It's got a little dent right here, as you can see. I think it's got one right here. And it's got a little hickey right there. Let me show you some more here. We straightened this out. It was mashed in pretty hard, and we straightened that out. It does have the cowl vent. It's in the bed. It's got a little rust right here, and I guess it sat under a pine tree or something and caused some rust to come in it. But this person wants a short bed. I mean, it'd make a truck, and put a new roof skin on it, or just patch that panel in. I mean, it's not a big deal. We thought about doing it ourselves. We don't know if we're going to do it just yet or not, because we're trying to sell it. I hate to get more invested in it than what he's trying to sell it for. So that's a couple of the things that we're dealing with. But it'd make a pretty good little truck. Let me show you what we got going out here. As you know, we've got our short bed. I've almost got the motor ready to pull out. I've got to pull that out, get that back to Lonnie and Ronnie, and motor, transmission, rear end is going back to them. I'm putting a 9-inch under this thing, so that stuff doesn't bother me. I've got a big block going in this thing. I'm going to be taking a power glide over to the transmission shop here before long, have them just kind of check it out, make sure it's okay. If I knew how to do it, I'd do it myself, but I don't know anything other than putting a torque converter in it, drive shaft in the back, and change the filter. That's about all I can do on a automatic transmission. So, but anyway, I don't know if I showed y'all the insides. It's kind of rough. These old seats, I think they come out of an old K5 Blazer, about a 70-some model. Those will not stay in it. If they do, they're going to have to be repositioned, because I cannot get in the truck as the way it is. So somebody must have been a real short dude to get in there. But anyway, I'm going to need some clear plastic, the gauge cluster lenses. Those are milked over. Dash covers, I know I can get these off of LMC or eBay, places like that. It just needs cleaned up. So I'm not too worried about it. It's got your normal rust right down in here, right down here. Some of that I'm not going to worry about, but some of it I'm going to try to fix. So it's got some right here. That's going to be a little bit more of a job to tackle, as everybody knows, but I'll tackle it as I get to it. I had to change the windshield out, so I'll fix this, and that right front window post, as I show you right there. I'm gonna fix that, and those are pretty intricate parts to fix and kind of hard to do, but I watched Rat Rod Bob builds, and yeah, I watched him, and I seen him rebuild a cab that was worse than that one, And I was thinking, my goodness, that's going to be a lot of work. But hey, he just sat there and hammered it out, a little piece at a time. It didn't cost him a whole lot of money. It just cost him a little bit of time. But we'll decide on whether or not we're going to fix. Well, we'll probably fix this before we come to No Name. But we've got to get a motor and transmission in this thing first. And all this old mold, I want to see this thing cleaned up. I think it's going to look pretty good. It's got some paint's coming off from it, you know, but hey, it's old enough to have a few wrinkles. But all right, we'll be back with you in a little bit. All right, guys, I'm back out here in the shop. Got my Chevy in here. This is going to be a quick tutorial. You don't think nothing wrong with that. It don't look like nothing wrong with it until you come over here. Look under there, you see that jack stand laying right there? It was under that A-arm. See that jack stand still under it. That's the second time it's done that on this truck. Whenever you get a truck on jack stands, if you have them under the A-arms that are leaning, shake the devil out of that truck before you ever try to crawl under it. Why? That happens. Jack stands fall out from underneath the truck. I started to crawl under it. I just put them jack stands under it and started to get under it and go to work. And in the back of my mind, I remembered my dad. We were working on a C10 truck one time, and a truck fell off, the C10 truck fell off the jack stand with him under it. And you know how low a C10 is, and he's as big a guy as I was. But the frame coming right across his chest, right there. And he went to yelling. He couldn't breathe. All he could do was get real short, shallow breaths because the frame had him mashed. And if I hadn't have been there, my dad, I would have come home that evening and found my dad under that truck. Dead. But luckily, on this truck, wasn't nobody under it. But always, if you have a vehicle up on jack stands, shake it. You don't have to try to shake it off the jack stands, just shake it. Make it move. Give that thing some move, because if you're underneath pulling and tugging on things, it's doing the same thing. Pull and tug on it, shake it, and see if it's going to stand up there. And if it holds up and stands, it'll probably be there. But this one, I shook it about 3 times and that jack stand popped out. The first time I did it, I grabbed the truck and just gave it one shove like that, and it popped out. So what I'm trying to tell you is, make sure your jack stands are on something solid. I'm going to move these from the A-arms to the frame. I was trying to get them under the A-arms so that I could get in a place where it wouldn't be in my way, but that's out of the question. We're moving them to a solid spot to where it's not on the A-arm isn't on an angle or anything like that, and it's going to be solid. So make sure if you're working on one of these trucks to do it right. Be safe, guys. You only get one life. The next one, that's up to you too, whether you go up or where you go down. It's where your faith is at. So anyway, if you're going to be working on these vehicles, you might want to have your faith right with the Lord. So, because you never know when your lights may go out. All right, guys, look at here. We got an empty hole. And gonna need a big block going here, but first we got to do a little bit of work. We're gonna put it on a little bit of a diet. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Come on. Look here. Got a little 350 out of here with a, look like a little turbo 350 transmission probably. I don't know what, I guess it is. I don't have a clue. Maybe a 700R. I don't know. I know 3 speeds and 4 speed standards, but automatics I know a little about. But yep, there's that. Starter, headers, mama outfit, and we got it out. So needless to say, we got it out without the truck falling on us, and we're pretty proud about that. After this morning, mama don't know about that yet, but we made sure the jack stands was right after the truck fell twice. So but we got it fixed anyway. We're gonna get off here, guys. Appreciate everybody watching, guys and gals, I should say. I know there's probably some women out there watching. I don't know if they are or not. I heard one person kind of got on to me one day saying that not all of us are guys watching. So appreciate everybody for watching. And till next time, it's Russell here. Mama Outfit's over there. Matthew's over here. Right there he is. But anyway, we're going to say God bless you and keep a hammering, guys.